Welcome viewers, you're watching my YouTube channel BioHub and I'm your facilitator Dr. Seema Sharma. Dear viewers, we are still on chapter number 1, crop production and management. By now we are well versed with the importance of agriculture and efforts put by the farmer in bringing the crop produce to the consumers. Today, our farmers are growing a variety of crops. Take for example rice. Rice is one of the cereal crops and it is white in color, but we do have hundreds of varieties of rice which vary not only in size and shape but also in color and shade. And children, you will be surprised to know that all these varieties, they are not naturally occurring. A few of these are man-made or scientifically developed. And this is the glimpse of few of the scientifically developed varieties of paddy. Similarly, tomato also has a number of naturally occurring varieties and a few scientifically developed ones. So, isn't it interesting, students? In this video, we are going to see exactly why these varieties came into being and how they are developed. Are you ready, viewers? So, let's learn biology. My dear viewers of Standard 8, we are on chapter number 1, crop production and management, and today we have to cover its 7th part. In this part, we are going to explore about different type of methods of increasing crop produce, and here we will come to know about the contribution of agriculture scientists in the development of new and better varieties of a diverse range of plants. This is the journal layout of chapter. We can divide this chapter into 5 parts. I have already uploaded videos on various subparts of segment 1 and 2 of this chapter. For detail, you can watch these on my channel BioHub. Today, we are going to cover segment number 3, which is about increasing crop produce, and segment number 5, food from animals. The learning objective of today's video is, in this video we are going to explore about methods of increasing crop produce. Second objective is to decode the meaning of this term green revolution. Thirdly, we will also come to know about different type of agricultural techniques which are used by different scientists to develop new varieties. And lastly, our focus will be on animal husbandry. So students, then please join me, watch this video till last. So let's explore together about different methods of increasing crop produce. So here we have basically 3 options. First one is increase the land under crop production. Second is use of modern agricultural practices. And third, development of new and better varieties of crops by using scientific techniques. If we are looking at first method, increase the land under crop production. But we have a limit of land and we need land for development also, industrialization, setting up of schools, construction of hospitals. So the land under crop production, it is instead of increasing, it is decreasing year by year. Second option is use modern agricultural practices, and our farmers are gradually switching over to this. So what is done in this method? Use of better varieties of seeds of crop plants, proper, or I must say balanced use of manure and fertilizers, better irrigation facilities, use of better methods of controlling pests, weeds and other diseases, increasing the use of modern agricultural implements and their usage in producing and storing the harvested crop produce. So this will help in increasing the crop produce. Before 1960s, India was importing wheat and rice from other countries, but in 1960s, scientific community and farmer, they joined hand together and there came a green revolution. What is green revolution? Many manifold increase in the production of grains, basically wheat and rice. This is called Green Revolution. So how it was achieved? During Green Revolution, which was from led to the increase in the production of cereal crops. How? By development and use of high yielding varieties of cereal grains, overall improvement in the irrigation system, modernization of farming techniques, introduction of hybrid seeds, synthetic fertilizers and pesticides. इंडिया जो पहले दूसरी कंट्रीज से सीरियल क्रॉप्स को इंपोर्ट कर रहा था, ग्रीन रेवोल्यूशन की वजह से not only became self-sufficient but started exporting cereal grain. And who was the mastermind behind this green revolution? See, this gentleman, Dr. M.S. Swaminathan, he is the man who played a very vital role in bringing green revolution in India. With his initiative and efforts, high yield varieties of wheat and rice, they were planted and grown in India, and India became self-sufficient within few years, and that's why he is regarded as father of green revolution. But students, in India we have a large number of other revolutions also, with the help of which our country has become self-sufficient in large number of other sectors also, and that can be seen with the help of a rainbow of revolution. We have green revolution, in which there was many-fold increase in the production of cereal crops. We have white revolution, in which we become self-sufficient in production of milk. And likewise, this slide is showing you a glimpse of rainbow revolution, which made India not only sufficient but capable enough to export a variety of plant and animal products to a large number of countries. So children, what we have understood, that method 2, use of modern agricultural practices and use of high yielding varieties have increased the crop production or the crop yield manyfold. But you are also aware of the fact that we are the second most populous country of the world, and in order to meet the food and other requirements of people of our country, the efforts of farmer are not sufficient. So we have to look for other options. And here comes 3, or method number 3, development of new and better varieties of crops by using modern techniques. Now why it is required? There should be continuous increase in the crop yield. But how that can be achieved? Here comes the role of agriculture scientists. What they are doing? They are developing new and better varieties. What kind of varieties? Suppose I am growing apple in Srinagar and I want to sell these apples in Kerala. For that I have to transport these. But अगर उनका shelf life 6 days है, तो Kerala पहुंचते पहुंचते the whole apple crop will get spoiled. So what the scientists are doing? They are using different techniques and increasing the shelf life of crop produce. Second thing is, suppose एक प्लांट में एक ब्रांच पे 1 टोमेटो लगता है और इन टोटल 50 टोमेटो उस प्लांट पे लगते हैं. So the turnover is 50 tomato per plant. But what the scientists are doing? They are making such varieties वहाँ एक ब्रांच में 5 tomatoes are produced. So one plant is making 250 tomatoes. This is how the agriculture scientists, they are helping in increasing the overall yield of the crop from the limited area. Now you know why they are making new and better variety. But a small segment of this question is still pending. How they are doing it? Every state has one agriculture university and few agriculture research centers. There, the agriculture scientists, they work on different crops along with their PhD scholars and research workers, and they develop different type of plant varieties. So the branch of agriculture science which deals with the development of new and better varieties of crops, that is called plant breeding. And here the scientists, they are using some specific techniques to control the reproduction in plants to get desired offspring, seeds or plant varieties. And how they are doing it? What are the options? First one is hybridization and the second one is Genetic engineering. Hybridization is a special technique of plant breeding. It is used to develop new variety by crossing two varieties to get desired characters or traits of both the parents. So how it is done? Steps of hybridization. Two varieties are taken. Here I have taken the example of desired character, that one has high yield and another more resistant to diseases. So these are two parent plants. Second step is that there will be cross breeding between these two varieties to develop one variety which has desirable characters of both the parents. Means the new variety should be high yielding and should have disease resistance. Next thing is, for cross breeding, plant breeders are preventing self-fertilization, and this process is called emasculation, and this plays a very important role in the development of cross breeds or new variety. Emasculation is the process of removal of male parts from the flower without damaging the female part. Now let's understand the same with the help of a pictorial flow chart. This is the structure of a flower. Here you can see this is anther, this is filament, and actually this is the stamen part of the flower, and this part, this is the pistil part of the plant. So in first step, what I told you, during emasculation, these male parts, they are removed without damaging the female part. So what is done? With the help of dissecting scissors, very carefully these stamens, they are removed from this flower. And one thing more which you have to remember is, this activity is done by plant breeder when the flower is still in the bud stage, unopened stage. So after removal of male part, this is only female part, or the pistil or carpel is visible here. So this is a variety 1 mother plant. Now the pollen from the other variety, which is the father plant, now are transferred to the stigma of emasculated flower of first variety. So now there will be fertilization and setting of seeds. The new seeds that are obtained in this, they are called as stalk of the new variety. Plant breeder will grow these seeds and then there will be formation of जो दो desired characters के लिए उसने ये experiment किया था वो हैं कि नहीं. If they are there, then it's a new variety. It is handed over to the farmer. So the varieties which are developed with the help of hybridization, they are called as hybrid varieties or hybrid plants. They have all desired qualities, like they have high resistance against diseases, pests, insects. The yield is also, they have high yielding capacity, and there is high productivity. They have longer shelf life, and these are few examples of hybrid plants which agriculture scientists or plant breeders have made over the years. So children, this was. Now I want you to see it yourself how it is done by a plant breeder. Now the second technique to raise little more superior crop variety is genetic engineering. It's just like very sophisticated cutting and tailoring technique, like designer clothes. In this, they are starting from the lab and they are starting with a single cell. What they are doing, they are taking two varieties. Both should have some good qualities which they want to combine and to come up with new variety. So instead of the plants, they are using their cells and they are starting with their genetic material. So in this technique, DNA of the plant is modified using genetic engineering techniques to get desirable traits. And how it is done? Let's take up the example. Suppose there is one plant and it produces regular fruits, but that plant is susceptible to one caterpillar which eats its leaves as well as damage its fruits. So genetic engineers, what they do? They have explored that there is one bacterium which has the insect resistant gene in it. Amazing, na? So they are taking out the DNA, only that part. They are cutting only that fragment of genetic material of bacteria which has the ability of insect resistance and incorporating that fragment of DNA in this plant. So the plants which are raised from that variety, they are highly resistant to insects. That is how the genetic engineer, they are working and developing new varieties which are very good in all respects. So agar damage kam ho gaya, so again crop production is automatically going to increase many-fold. Okay. Now in this genetic engineering, viewers, it allows even better control over traits than the previous method. Pay attention to these two pictures. One is about conventional breeding or hybridization and another is about genetic engineering. So here in conventional breeding, we have selected two parents. One is wild relative, another is crop plant, and we are interested in this yellowish trait. So when we are going for hybridization, along with this trait, other traits of this variety are also coming in the new variety. Whereas genetic engineer, they are only cutting and inserting that fragment of DNA which has this desirable trait. So the new variety has all the good of crop plant and best of the wild variety. So genetic engineering is much more sophisticated and much better than the conventional breeding. So the plants which are made through genetic engineering, they are called genetically modified plants because उनके DNA में हमने किसी और ऑर्गेनिज्म का, किसी और प्लांट का एक छोटा फ्रेगमेंट DNA का इंसर्ट कर दिया है. So we have modified their genetical makeup. So they are genetically modified plants. Now the food derived from these genetically modified crops, that is called GM food or genetically modified food. A large number of countries are making genetically modified plants, but India has allowed only one plant to grow in the country, and that is BT cotton. Government has recently agreed to allow genetically modified mustard also, but only BT cotton is grown till date in India as genetically modified plant. So this is non-BT cotton, students, which the farmer was earlier growing, and the yield was poor and there was heavy loss to the farmer because one caterpillar bollworm, which was not only eating the leaves but spoiling the cotton balls also. So when the farmers, they started using genetically modified plants of BT cotton, there was many-fold increase in the production of cotton. So this is how farmer and agriculture scientists, they are working hand in hand and meeting the food requirements and other requirements of mankind on this planet Earth. So students, now our last objective of this video is food from animals. Few of us are vegetarian, few are vegetarian, few are non-vegetarian, few are mocketarian, and few are everytarian. Food from farm. Do you remember when we started the introductory part of this chapter? We came to know about the meaning of agriculture, that it deals with two things: growing of crops and rearing of animals. This is the second segment of agriculture only, and this comes under animal husbandry. Like plants, animals also provide us with different kind of food and other products. And the branch of agriculture which deals with this is called animal husbandry. Animal husbandry deals with animals that are raised for meat, fiber, milk, egg and other products. And it also deals with day-to-day care of those animals, selecting breeding of these animals and raising of livestock. Poultry and meat, it includes meat and egg yielding animals like cock, hen, duck, geese. Food from animals, the second category is milch animals, milk yielding animals. So from there we are getting milk, and milk is used to make a large number of products and we are utilizing that. And here also children, veterinary scientists throughout India and throughout the globe, they are working, coming up with new breeds of milch animals, and that is why there is gradual increase in the production of milk. Next is pisciculture. In zoology, fish is called pisces. So this is also expanding branch of animal husbandry in which large scale rearing of fish for food and other purposes is done. Pisciculture is getting a good momentum in all the coastal areas. Next is apiculture. Large scale rearing of honeybees. It is done by a number of farmers in their fields, and it's not only done for the production of honey but in a large number of industries like in cosmetics, medicines, to make number of other things. So this was about animal husbandry. Here you came to know that animal husbandry deals with rearing of these animals which gives us milk, meat, egg, honey, etc. to fulfill our daily requirements. Now time for self-assessment. Children, I have supplemented this video also with few questions and I suggest you to go through these. These questions will help you to prepare for your unit test or half-yearly test. So now it's time to summarize. In today's video, my students have learnt about different methods of increasing crop produce. You also came to know about Green Revolution, when it started, who started it, and what was the end product of this revolution. You also got a glimpse of Rainbow Revolution. And the most amazing part of this video was about the plant breeding techniques in the development of new and better varieties of different types of plants. Lastly, you also came to know about animal husbandry, and you know how human beings are utilizing a diverse range of animals to take care of their food and other requirements. My next video will be on part 8 or the last part of this chapter, crop production and management, and in that I am going to cover nitrogen cycle and certain specific terms related to nitrogen cycle. So do join me there also. I want to thank you for subscribing to my channel, coming up with your suggestions in the comment box. If you are finding the content of my video worth clearing your doubts, then please do subscribe to it. If you are finding it interesting, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Do share the link of my channel with your fellow friends. It might be of some help to them. So with this, I am signing out. It's a bio-bye from your facilitator. Keep learning biology with me on my channel, BioHeart. Take care. Bio-bye.